channel. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be a back to school edition. I don't know what your state is doing, but our state is going to try and get the kids back to school as much as they can. So either half day and then the other half of the day online, or they are just going to do the one day in school, one day online, kind of go back and forth between the two. So that's what we're deciding to do in Kansas. So my daughter is especially excited to go back to school, and so is my son. So he'll be in preschool, and my daughter will be in second grade this year. So we have yet to go school supply shopping because I was kind of holding out on trying to get everything, and because we were interrupted in the middle of the school year this year, it's kind of pointless to buy school supplies since we didn't really use them this year. So we have the markers, and I mean, all I have to do really is like buy Kleenexes and hand sanitizer, and I think sandwich bags and Crayolas. So not too horrible of a cost-effective deal, but I just wanted to jump on here right quick and kind of tell you what I do to get ready for school. I do go to school online. I am enrolled in college. So here are my tips and tricks to kind of help you guys along the way. Hopefully this will be helpful for first-time college students and also high schoolers if they are doing online. So let's get to it. So here's what I would recommend you do if your classes are going to be online or if you're taking online college courses. And most of the stuff I did get at the dollar store. So I have 2 notebooks. I'm only taking 2 classes. But I have each in the top of this little corner. It says public speaking, and then it says modules 1 through 8. And then I labeled it summer course up here. I got these little labels out of one of my planner sticker books, and they work really well. And then I can just tear it off, throw it away, and put another sticker there for when my fall classes start. But inside I have my rubric, and then I have all the tabs for 1 through 8. So what I did was when I got my textbooks and I was able to get on to the online learning course, which we use Blackboard, I went ahead and printed off all of my PowerPoints for all of the classes. I did most of these at home. If you don't have a printer at home, then I suggest you either go to the local library or you can go to your campus library as well and see if you can print off there. But my online professors did everything via PowerPoint slides, and so each chapter had their own. And then there was also like little extras. And what I did was I took all of that and I put module 1 on these little tabs. I got these, I think these are the Avery dividers. I wrote in pen, and literally they erase right off. They're amazing. They're pretty good quality. They're a little flimsy, but they work pretty good for me. And then I just took another little box from my planner sticker book, and I wrote the due date in this top section here, and then I wrote what was due, and then I could just flip through, and then there's my PowerPoint. And then if I had to print off additional things for a chapter or anything like that, it was all in the back after that. So I could just flip through it if I could talk. But here's another one. This was module 2 for me. And both my classes, my public speaking class went with 3 chapters, I think. It was between 2 and 3 chapters, but my professor for this class didn't go by the book, so it was like chapters. My first module was like chapters 1, 2, 4, and 6, and then module 2 was chapters 3, 9, 10, and 11, and so she kind of like went back and forth with it, but it was public speaking. So we did have to do speeches. We had to upload them to YouTube on like our own private Facebook page, and then we would send the link through our Blackboard, and everyone in our class could look at those. So, but that's what I did for this class. And if you think that your binder's not going to be big enough, because these are just like the 1-inch ones from the dollar store, then I just suggest that you go to Walmart or Target or even like the local office supply store and get your binders through there, because they'll be a lot thicker. I know when I start my actual classes for the degree that I'm going for, I will definitely be needing some thicker binders than this. And I mean, I printed everything off, and so that's pretty thick. But again, same thing here. Front page, my due dates, and everything else through here. And then each section had, of course, PowerPoints. And then if I had any additional things, it would be in the back of the module. And so I did that with both of my notebooks. And then I didn't really have to write down a whole lot on paper. So I just literally invested in, this is a 5-star, I think it's a 5-subject notebook with the pockets. And I got it for the back to school. I bought several of them when they were doing their back to school sales. So I literally only used one section of this. So I have 4 more sections to use throughout the rest of my online courses. And then what I did for my book, I didn't do this with my nutrition book just because she was going in order. I will show you how big my nutrition book was, though. I do have to mail these back in, though. Thank you, coronavirus. But here's my nutrition book. It's super thick. It has a lot of graphs and charts that I ended up having to use and reference for quizzes and things like that. But here's my public speaking notebook. I did this just because she did use, she didn't go in order. So it kind of helped me tab where all the questions were and then the chapters were. So all of these little red flags up here mark a chapter. So like if I was studying chapter 3, I could just go to the 3rd red tab and there's chapter 3. And then each of these orange tabs on the side were the end of the chapter review. But I actually got these little flag deals. These I actually got at the dollar store, and they come in a bunch of colors for $1. I just picked red and orange because they stood out for me. But yeah, so this marked where the key terms were, the glossary questions for the chapter, the end of the chapter stuff, and any end notes that I needed to refer to. And then I marked in the very back with this little yellow tab, I marked, I believe, the index, or actually, excuse me, the glossary. So if I had to look up a term for something, that's how I did that. So, and then these, because they came from the dollar store, I mean, they're not super good quality like Avery or the Post-it Note brand, but they do come off without tearing your book because these are rental textbooks. So I do have to turn them back in. Like I said, I will be mailing these with a return slip. And then something else that I used was my planner. This is what it looks like. I had my classes started in, I didn't write anything down for May because, yeah, we were in hard times. I didn't write a whole lot down for March. I did use stickers, though. But what I would do is, here's February? Yeah. So what I did in February is each color is something. So all of my classes are in purple, and it says chapters 1 through 4 due. So I knew on Friday the 14th, which was Valentine's Day, that I had homework due. and I knew what chapters, so I knew what to go over during the week. Um, you basically, all of our modules 1 through 8 were open the entire time. So if you could get ahead of yourself, I would recommend doing that with any like printing off homework or being able to look at anything. That way, if you don't understand something, you're not having to wait until the day, like the day before, the week before, not the week before, but like the Monday before, because all my homework was due on Friday. So, and then I have kids, so of course everything is color coordinated. My personal things are in green. My daughter is in pink. Like I said, school's in purple. If I had any, like this was a work meeting, and then my son played basketball, so he was in orange for his days. And then, like, yeah, so like my math test and stuff were all labeled when they were due. This was when my math homework was due, and it told me exactly chapter 1 math test. So if you can get your syllabus and all your due dates before your classes start, I highly recommend getting a planner or just like printing off a calendar or getting like one of the wall calendars. You can see I have one actually, if I knew how to point right here, it's actually my daughter's. It's Lisa Frank. I got it from the dollar store, but it's got all of her dance question, little things. And then when we were doing the online learning, it also had all of her little due dates for when her books and stuff were due. Granted, she was in first grade and I felt horrible for her, but those are all the tips that I have. I got my planner from Bed Bath & Beyond. I liked it. Coffee Than Adulting all year long. It's a little bit smaller than what I'm used to. I actually love my Erin Condren. I just didn't. I don't know why. I thought I could like go without it and not have to do with anything. But I also wanted to share what this little tab is. So we are in July. We're almost out of July and into August. But this actually came from not a post-it note, but a note card, like little divider. Let me see if I can go find one for you. So Oxford actually came out. My daughter decided to color on this one because all of my school supplies and office supplies are hers too. So she has the right to steal all my notebooks, and then I end up with no paper. But Oxford has these really cool little things. I believe I picked these up at Walmart. But it's got a really cool little like slip in the back to where you can like put like algebra or pharmacology, and you can, divide them up. But they come with these really cool little tab dividers. So there's one, there's two, in between like the note cards, which I thought was really cool. I have a pink one too somewhere. I had a green, a blue, and a pink because I happened to be at Walmart and I thought these were very cool to have. But on the dividers, as you can see, they come right out of the little ring notebook that they're in. And so what I did was to set up for this coming school year, hopefully, is I took the green one out of the one that I was using for my public speaking course because I had to write all of my speeches down on note cards so that when I presented, I could just kind of flip through the note cards super easy. So I took one of these. I cut out this middle one because it wasn't going to work for my planner that I'm using. So I cut this out. I cut this little middle notch out, and I taped a index card, just one of the back of an index card to this. Literally just taped it on. And so when I go to July, I can just pop it in. And I think this one will also work for the Erin Condren as well, which will be nice. But I will definitely let you guys know when I order one, and I'll be ordering in December for January, because I always start a new planner in the new year. I've always been like that. I've never done the academic ones where it's like July through June or something like that. I'm just, no, January through December. That's how my roll. That's how my roll year. That's how my year rolls. But so you can see the little tab sticking up, and so then when you go to July, I'll be able to write down, Kaylin's in pink, Ivan's in orange, my work stuff's in green, my work or my personal, like my doctor's appointments. I cannot talk today. I'm sorry. My appointments and stuff will be in blue. And then because my kids have after school activities, like my daughter does dance, she'll have dance competitions coming up. And so I can be able to write them down and highlight them. And then I know it's not just a normal rehearsal, it's an actual competition. And then I can flip to wherever I see that pink highlight in my planner to know, oh, well, I need to start looking at reservations for Kansas City. Or if you want to do it by class, you can actually, who was it? The Coffee Monsters Co. actually has a really great tip. So instead of writing and then highlighting, what she does is she highlights and then writes on the highlighter so your pen doesn't smudge. And I really thought that was so cool. So I might actually be doing that this year. But like I said, each of your courses can have its own color, and then you can just go down. So like blue is geometry, orange is history, pink is English, just keep going down. And then you can move it, you can take it out and then move it every month. And then that way you'll have a little dashboard to show you what everything is. So I just thought that was cool, and literally I made it out of everything that I had at home. So, sorry, I'm getting text messages. So I thought that was pretty neat. So I know that, you can buy a dashboard, or if you already have the things to make them, because I might make more than one, especially for like my budget planner and things like that. I might use the additional ones for those once I'm done with all of the note cards in those. So, but that is all of my tips and tricks for online college and online schooling. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's Saturday that I am filming on, so the kids will be coming home tomorrow from their dads. I cannot wait to see them. I am almost done with school. I got the majority of it done today as I was busting my butt all morning, sitting and doing my exams. So all I have left to do is one essay review, and then I think I have a journal and a peer review for a speech, and then I'm completely done. I'm hoping I can either get it done later tonight or early tomorrow morning before my kids come home, and then I will be completely done and I can turn in my books, and I will have until August. I think my college starts back up around August 13th or August 20th. I think we start the 20th. I'm not really for sure, but I will have to register for the rest of my classes. They have decided not to open the campus due to the coronavirus, so I will be doing another set of online classes, but this is my third year doing them, and I feel very confident. And like I said, my professors are really great about PowerPoints and examples and linking everything to where it needs to go. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all later.